I get to share with you a story that I read for the first time this morning. Amy had picked this out for our story for all ages. And oh my goodness, it's just too delightful. That's my introduction. I hope you enjoy it as much as I did. If you weren't here last Sunday, then you maybe missed Pastor Amy just saying that what we're using our story for all ages time during Advent to tell different variations of the Christmas story, because there are so many beautiful picture books and wonderful stories out there that tell this central story of ours in unique and fun and delightful and inspiring ways. And so we're just exploring some of those this season. And this morning, Wombat Divine. I mean, it's already amazing, isn't it? Okay, I just invite you into this story. It was the week before Christmas. Wombat loved Christmas. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate that. He loved the carols and the candles, the presents and the pudding, but most of all, he loved the nativity play. For as long as he could remember, Wombat had wanted to be in the nativity. Now, at last, he was old enough to take part. So, with his heart full of hope and his head full of dreams, he hurried along to the auditions. His friends were already there. Emu was bossing and fussing, as usual. "Now, let's get started," she said. "Who'd like to be the Archangel Gabriel?" "I would," said Wombat. But he was too heavy to be the Archangel Gabriel. Bilby was chosen instead. Bilby patted Wombat on the back. "Never mind, Wombat, don't lose heart. Try for it. Why not try for a different part?" "What a good idea," said Emu. "Now, who'd like to be Mary?" But Wombat was too big to be Mary. Numbat was chosen instead. Is Numbat a thing? I mean, I made a mental note to look this up at some point. Is Numbat a thing? Does anybody know this? Okay. Numbat stroked Wombat's nose. There, Wombat. Don't lose heart. Why not try for a different part?" "Right," said Emu. "Now, who'd like to be one of the three kings?" "I would," said Wombat. But he was too short to be a king. The kangaroos were chosen instead. The kangaroos put their arms around Wombat. "Cheer up, Wombat. Don't lose heart. Why not try for a different part?" Wombat tried everything. He wanted to be, oh my goodness, numbats are a thing. Also known as the numbat. Numbat. Or Walporti. Wow, so interesting. It is a marsupial. There are many things that Wikipedia can tell us about numbats. Wombat tried everything. He wanted to be Joseph, but he was too sleepy. He wanted to be the innkeeper, but he was too clumsy. He wanted to be one of the shepherds, but he was too short-sighted. And then there were no parts left. Oh, Wombat hung his head and hoped he wouldn't cry. Suddenly, Bilby leaped into the air. "I know," he shouted. "You could be the baby Jesus." "Could I?" asked Wombat. Could I really?" "Of course you could, Wombat," said Emu. "Fancy my forgetting such an important part. A nativity without the baby Jesus is no nativity at all." Wombat was dizzy with pride. Christmas Eve arrived at last. Everyone was nervous, except Wombat. He lay quiet and still throughout the whole performance. He even fell asleep, just as a real baby would. On Christmas Day, when everyone was opening presents and eating pudding, they all agreed it had been the best nativity ever. "You were divine, Wombat," said Emu. And Wombat beamed.